My name is Francis Bernstein and I watch ESA.
No, you are watching.
Oh,
So they basically just...
oh, you are watching.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
That's it.
My name is Francis Bernstein and you're watching ESA.
We're not quite sure if that was Francois Bodenstein or not, but we are definitely sure that you are here on ESA for episode 10 of season 2. A massive welcome. My name is Greg Maloney. I'm the voice of choice and of course your host here on ESA. Thank you so much for all the likes and shares and following us on all our social media platforms. extremesportaction.co.za and of course on Vision View TV. And don't forget to check out the episodes on Ignition, channel 189 DSTV. Absolutely amazing following there as well. And we bring you all the action from all the extreme sports from around the world. And these are the event results that have happened over the last couple of weekends. We head into something completely different. Red Bull Imagination, the second offering, courtesy of Tyler Bierman. What an amazing man, putting together something completely different in the world of free riding and FMX, bringing out some of the most gnarly riders you're ever going to see on dirt bikes, and definitely something you want to check out. Red Bull Imagination 2.0 is something pretty unique. Let's go and check it out.
Red Bull Imagination is an event that Bierman puts on.
My crazy thought process of what I want to do on a dirt bike.
And invite all these gnarly dudes that just come out and get crazy. It's like my favorite event of the year. It's so much fun. Everybody that puts it on for us and the chefs and everything, it's wicked. And just the level of riding that goes on here is insane.
This competition is different than any other because it's not just like a freestyle contest where it's a closed comeback course. There's jumps out here that we haven't even hit yet. There's so many jumps out here. So just kind of you got the more freedom to go roam and hit big jumps instead of being in a small tight area, hitting the same jump as everyone and just trying to do the craziest trick. You can come out here, pick your own line and do what you want to do.
The course has completely took the craziest transformation. There's probably 2 to 3 times as many jumps.
Endless transfers. There must be like 300 different options for jumps out here. And yeah, you get to really like do whatever you want to do and get judged on it. Free riding isn't really technically even a sport. It's really just like going out and having fun on your dirt bike in the hills. And Bierman, for him to put this together and kind of put free riding on the map with a big contest is huge for like everybody.
So couldn't be more stoked. That was my whole goal with this thing, just to create a platform and show the possibilities, and I think we did that, so amen.
Today, all the nerves were kind of on because it was competition day, but I just try to stay loose and keep it fun. And yeah, I saw Colby go out there. He nailed a couple big backflips, which I'm just still getting my feet wet in the natural terrain backflips, but I was definitely spooked. I thought I was gonna have to do something crazy, but I just stuck to my line and did all my good tech stuff and did a flip and big whips, and it was enough to get the win.
This is 2.0. Can you imagine 3.0?
Well, this is season 2, 10.0, and so far so good. Imagination, what can you even think of, Tyler Bierman? That is top quality stuff, and of course that's what we bring you here on Extreme Sport Action. Join us after the break as we head to Portimao and catch up with Steven Odendaal just before he goes into this weekend's World Supersports. Welcome back to ESA Episode 10, Extreme Sport Action, and we're headed into Portimao now to catch up with Steven Odendaal, the 2016 FIM CEV Moto2 European champion. He took 6 victories and 9 podiums in that season, and currently is second place in the World Supersport Championship. They're heading to Portimao this weekend. We managed to catch up with him via an online chat to see exactly what his plans are to hopefully take the championship at the end of the season.
Well, it gives me great pleasure to have you in studio with us, Steve. I know that you're a busy man, not only on the bike riding side, but of course with Alexander coming into your life, it's a busy time. And I mean, you're sitting in a situation where the championship is heating up. It's just, what are you doing? Take us through what's happening in Steven Odendaal's life.
That's great. Yeah. Basically, it's been quite a good couple of months. Had a baby, like you said, Alexander. Very special moment, and really looking forward to spending more time with him, because at the moment I've been just away racing. But the racing season's been going up and down. It's a little bit difficult because on the last 3 races, I'm not sure what's actually been happening, but we've been struggling so much with setup, so much with I don't know. It's just really it's hard to put a finger on what's actually going wrong. And a lot of people are like probably thinking, he's just become a dad, or he's not focused, or he's worried about the championship. But to be honest, none of that's true. I've just been putting my 100% effort in training and focusing on the main goal, which is to win as many races as I can.
There's a big fight between yourself and the championship. So, when I saw the things sort of going wrong, it was the furthest thing from my mind, because I know how dedicated you are. I mean, I just tracked you today, leading up to this interview and knowing that we're going to get you into the studio on ESA. And I mean, you're out there running, which is something that you don't usually do. So it means that you're putting in over and above effort to the cycling that you do and to all the other training that you have to do at the level of riding you're at.
Yeah, to be honest, basically, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm trying to find every little possible avenue where I can be stronger in every sense. Sometimes I feel like I'm maybe not reactive enough on the bike in terms of I know my endurance is good, but I sometimes feel that like my ability to stretch myself in a very quick way, which like a very rapid increase in my pace. I found that I was struggling with that, so that's why I started running, and starting to do that just helps react quicker on the bike.
Take us through what the preparation is in terms of going into a weekend like this, where you were leading. You've now dropped back slightly. I think it's 62 points you've got to try and make up. It's quite a margin to make up, but hopefully, as always with motorcycle racing, as we've seen it in your entire career, there are good days and there are better days. And I think you're looking for the better days, not the bad ones anymore. The bad ones are all gone. The luck has to now turn around.
Yeah, to be truly honest, the 62 points margin is really not in our control. We need to be a bit lucky now, but there's still 6 races left of the season, so we've still got 150 points up for grabs, and we just need to, like I said, be winning races and just trying to give our maximum, which we have been doing. It's not to say that we haven't.
No, for sure.
I just think that sometimes luck hasn't been on our side, especially in the first couple of races, like on the second race of the season when my engine broke, then the third race in Misano when I touched the green and my one got taken away from me, and just some things like that, like a small little errors that have just set us back quite far and not in the best position now. But I mean, to be lying second in the World Championship, still a good thing, and we just need to remain focused and try our best to win as many races at the end of the season.
6 out of 6 would be the way to go, hey?
Would be ideal for myself and the team, man.
Well, Stevie, we wish you all the very best from Extreme Sport Africa and Extreme Sport Action. We do appreciate your time. I know how busy you are. Hopefully we can catch up when you get back here so we can do a couple of boxies to put out for next season. But from the entire team here and from myself, as always, one of your biggest supporters, give it stick. 6 out of 6 is what I'm expecting. I don't think you would ever disappoint anybody here in South Africa or any of your fans around the world. Lots of love to Denise, lots of love to Alexander, and dude, give it horns for the rest of the season.
Thanks a lot, Greg. I really appreciate everyone's support back home, and just makes me want to push harder and harder. So thanks for all of that, and I really appreciate it.
Amazing to catch up with Steven Odendaal and find out exactly what his plans are for the season. As you can see, he's gone really well. But sitting in second place, he's got to do it all right from now on and ensure he gets victories at every single round to make sure he gets the championship and it doesn't go the way of his competitors and his rivals. Great to catch up with him, and thanks so much, Steven, for joining us. We now move into fall through. This is where all the athletes get it completely wrong and things tend to go a little bit awry and they kind of eat some dirt. Let's go and check out this week's fall through. Great to catch up there with all the fall through videos. And of course, if you want to be on those fall through videos or on our turnout videos where you get it all right, we want to make sure that you are tagging us on your social media posts. And when you put a video up, make sure you tag us. If not, go on to esa.co.za and make sure you get onto the video section where you can submit your videos and we can put them up there on our fall through or turnout section. It's great to see those videos. We want to see the big crashes, but we want to also see when you get it all right. And you'll see that later on in the show in turnout. But now we go to upcoming events. When it comes to upcoming events, we've got a whole bunch planned for the next couple of weeks. And you definitely want to be checking out the LW Magazine and Dragon Energy Drink getting together for Street Lines, a skateboarding event that's going to blow the South African public away. You've got Dickies joining them, you've got Garmin, and you've got GoPro, all part and parcel of a partnership that's going to see SA's finest skateboarders in both the ladies and gentlemen category going at it. It's at Thrashers Park in Pretoria, and of course it happens on the 9th of October. If you want to go and check that out, there's going to be a couple of live streams that are going to be happening from the event. And of course, we'll bring you all the event results here on ESA. But it's going to put competitors up against each other, whether they're pro or amateurs. And the amateurs can get hold of LW Magazine and enter this competition and stand a chance of winning up to 30,000 Rands worth of prizes, courtesy of all the sponsors behind the event. We wish Ryan van der Spey and all his team at LW Magazine all the very best. And we can't wait to see what happens at Street Lines in Pretoria. We then move on to Red Bull Rampage. This is the 20th edition and 15th anniversary of this edition. And of course, Red Bull Rampage has become the epitome of free riding in the mountain biking world. And there is definitely a lot of riders who want to get that Red Bull Rampage title on their CVs. They're all going to be going to battle. That happens, of course, in Utah. And of course, that's where you find where they hid that little helicopter Airwolf. That's where they're going to be riding these events. Down those cliffs and off the side of those incredible, little mesas and buttes that are there. They find some incredible lines that they put together as well. And these guys and girls go all out to ensure some incredible action. Some of the most amazing action you'll ever see on mountain bikes in the world. Red Bull Rampage coming up this weekend. And that happens, of course, coming up on the 15th of October. And finally, it's Super Drift time. Yes, the 3rd edition of Super Drift for the Triple Crown. That's going to be coming up in the very near future. The best of South African drifters going at it to show exactly what this form of sport that has become one of the most spectacular in terms of crowd appeal and live stream appeal. They're going to have a massive live stream there, and Super Drift are going to put together a show that's going to blow you away, as always. It's turnkey marketing and leveraging opportunities for sponsors to get involved. And as you can see, that's why they got all these big sponsors behind me. They're all looking forward to the 3rd and final round of the Triple Crown. But after the break, we go from super drifting into something completely unique. We catch up with Mark Whittington, one of our extreme sport athletes who's looking to go to the Paris Olympics in 2024. Welcome back to Extreme Sport Action. Here in studio with me now, of course, is a man who was at the top of his game in motocross and supermoto. And after a big crash, it all went down and tumbling, and it looked like things were going to go completely awry. But Mark Whittington has turned his life around completely, and he's here to tell us all about what's happening in his plans for the future of his sport. It's no longer motocross. He now moves on to hand cycling and into possibly going to the Paris Olympics in 2022 or 2024. So, Mark, a big welcome to you, buddy.
Thank you very much, Greg, and thanks for inviting me on the show.
Dude, the last time we chatted, I mean, we were watching what you were doing on a motocross bike and supermoto. That's where we started our careers together, having a bit of fun on some dirt bikes. And you were literally at the top of your game. Tell us what went wrong, because I know what went wrong, but the viewers would love to know.
Basically, the race that the accident happened in was dirt Broncos in Krugersdorp, and I had won the first heat by 16 seconds, was a milestone ahead of everybody else. And the second heats, I came into the first corner, fell, and literally another bike rode over my neck.
And that was it, and basically made you into a quadriplegic, is that right?
Correct, yes.
So, like, we can see that there's some new injuries and some new machinery on the side, on the right arm there. Take us through what's been happening, because initially you were in a race chair that could only use your triceps, not your biceps.
Basically what it is so when the quadriplegic that I am is a C6, I don't have any function of my hands, and I don't have triceps, I've only got biceps. So I've recently gone for an operation that they've moved a tendon to give me a tricep function to be able to use my tricep, and it's a series of 4 ops where I'll do my tricep, my hand, my other tricep, and my other hand to give me function of my hands and give me more function of my arms.
That's incredible. I mean, the technology we're looking behind us here in terms of the chairs is something we're going to chat about. But how's that from a medical point of view? I mean, when you were lying in bed after that massive crash, and I know when I came to see you the first time, you were literally going, well, what am I going to do? You know, there's not much I can do now. I'm literally, at my wit's end.
Correct. So coming from a person that's done basically anything from Ironman, comrades, motocross, whatever you can think of, to literally not even being able to help myself was difficult.
And it's all changed because now you've gone and done some incredible things, including the New York Marathon. I think you were the most famous hand cyclist there because you ran literally behind the leading lady in the actual marathon. And I think you got more coverage than she did.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was just ironic that at the time that they had the camera on the leading ladies, I was in front of them for a portion of the time. So it was just pure luck, I think.
Now, you're talking about the operation you've been having, but I mean, there has been a lot of training you've been doing as well. I know that your goal is Paris.
Correct. My goal is Paris Olympics. What I'd like to do is obviously do time trial on a hand cycle, and if I can, if possible, and do sprints on a racing chair. So it's a lot of work, a lot of training. The racing chair has been exceptionally difficult to adapt to, but I have no doubt that we'll get there, and God willing, we'll make it work.
So when we did a couple of videos with you leading up to this, in the race chair as well, the first one that you actually had to use bits and parts of your body to actually slow the bike down and use it as brakes.
Yeah, so basically what happens is the bike's been adapted to the brakes where they're actually by my elbows and the gears are electronic. So while I'm cycling, if I need to brake, I literally squeeze my arms together to apply the brakes, or as I come around with the cycle, I touch my forearm on a button which allows me to change gears.
That's incredible. I mean, just think about the technology that's involved.
That's crazy.
I mean, we were looking at the downhill mountain biking on the show earlier on, and I mean, those bikes now, they're probably ranging between 100 and 150,000 Rand in terms of the ability there. And of course, the cool thing with that is seeing what Greg Minnaar has done with his World Championship this year again, and also seeing what you're going to be doing at the Olympics. It just shows you that you've got to work hand in hand with the manufacturers of these bicycles.
Correct, yeah.
And they've probably got to take your ability, because I think, I don't know one quadriplegic or paraplegic that I've been involved with as athletes in my career that is the same.
No, a C6 injury or any spinal injury, you can't say that a C6 injury will be hand function, tricep function, or whatever it is, and they're all completely different. So these bikes need, specifically this one, needs to be adapted to your functionality. Yes. On how you can move your arms, or if you can't, however it works, yeah.
Well, Mark, we wish you all the very best, buddy. Thanks for joining us on ESA. It's great to have you here. A completely different athlete to what you'd normally see, of course, on Extreme Sport Action. And we're hoping that it all goes well. And if it does, I know he's going to come back and tell us exactly what Paris was all about. So that's Mark Whittington. If you want to check him out, he's got a Facebook page, Mark Whittington Racing. It's MWR, or just check out Hot Wheels Whittington. That's what we like to call him. It was great to have him in studio, and he's a man to watch. And of course, now we're going to move on to what to watch in the near future. Let's go and check it out. Abdo Dado Fegali, the man who is Lebanese rally champion and the Red Bull drift champion as well. Absolutely amazing to have him here in South Africa and showing us what drifting is all about and some iconic venues down in Surf City. Yeah, we headed to Durban to go and check him out and see exactly what he's busy with the Red Bull drifting section. Absolutely amazing stuff. And this is definitely something you want to watch.
Racing is in my blood. It's in my soul. And I knew from the very beginning what that meant. I grew up in a family of motorsports. They were all crazy about cars and speed. For me, it was never a question. I would do anything to get into that driver's seat and play for the rest of my life.
In the clip, people can expect to see some really spectacular places in Durban, which I really loved. Some challenges, I mean, especially while drifting with the airplane, you know, going in tandem together with the airplane, it was really challenging. Drifting inside the city, inside Durban, between the taxis, between the people, man, it was really crazy. The most challenging part of shooting the Durban drift film was getting used to driving and drifting and going sideways on third and fourth gear on a right-hand drive car. You know, in Lebanon, we always drive on left-hand side. So my right hand changes gear, puts the handbrake, initiate the drift and all this stuff. So to do it with my left hand, that was really a big challenge for me, but it's good that we had the Red Bull Car Park Drift 2 days prior to the shooting, so I got used to the car. My favorite shot definitely was while shooting, I mean, tandeming with the airplane. It was really challenging, even though we had no communication between me and the pilot, so it was just visually looking at him. I mean, seeing him a couple of times taking his angle and his speed, and I had to adapt there. And luckily, we managed to do it every time, the same thing. It was just amazing, and being so close. So imagine going sideways on third gear, like almost doing 90 kilometers per hour, and then the plane is like 5 or 4 meters just above my head. So that was really challenging and scary at the same time. Durban is a very beautiful place to spend some vacation time, even if you're, I mean, alone or with family, and I really loved it and looking forward for next time to come with my family. And the people there are so, you know, nice. While doing all the shoot, you know, that we had to close some places, and they were really helpful.
Never stop playing, that's what we love. It's amazing to see how much play time was had down in Durban at Desi's Raceway as well, and bringing in the Red Bull plane along with Dado. Amazing stuff. And that's the kind of action we love to bring you on Extreme Sport Action. So make sure you check that out. And for the full video, get onto our social media platforms, because it's all there. And you can check out all the other venues he visited in Durban. From here on out, we're going to go into turnout. And of course, this is where things go all right for our athletes. Let's go and check it out and see who we're going to feature this week.
It's my warm-up trick.
Oh, Nick Jacobson showing us exactly what you can do on a wakeboard. Amazing stuff. And the twin stunts are in it as well. But we want you to be on it as well. Remember, if you want your videos on turnout or on fall through, make sure you tag us on all those videos on social media, because that's what it's all about here on Extreme Sport Action. We want to make you as famous as all those other people on our turnout and fall through. Brilliant stuff as we finish up episode 10. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for our two guests, Mark Whittington and Steven Odendaal. And of course, make sure you check out all the event results that are happening on all the events around the world in Extreme Sport Action on our social media platforms and on our websites. We'll see you soon, and looking forward to episode 11. This is from Greg Maloney, the voice of choice. Take care then. Bye-bye now.